What's up, guys? Welcome to probably it's gonna be my first video. Hopefully, I'll have more. We'll see how things are going on. But yeah, welcome, DJ 8 Ball in the house, as you know. Here, I'm gonna talk about something that people keep asking me about, which is the "Don't Stop the Rock" routine. So I'm sure you've all seen the infamous, very well-known "Don't Stop the Rock" routine. When people first saw it, I mean, it was actually the 1993 New Music Seminar. I did it in the Battle versus Mixmaster Mike in the exhibition round. But what people don't know, or a lot of people all over the world don't know, but a lot of the more Bay Area and the more local people know, is like that wasn't really the first time I actually did that routine. Now you have to remember, back in the 90s, during this DJ battle era, first of all, there was no like digital footage of DJs from different areas or different places. So like if a local battle happened like in San Jose, California, or Pacifica, California, or Daly City, California, San Francisco, DJs in New York or Japan or wherever, they're not gonna see footage of that DJ or that battle for possibly months and months, because everything was done on videotape, whether it was VHS or High 8. There was a couple other formats at the time, but those are the two big formats. So the only way a DJ would be able to see the routines of another DJ from one area of the world or country to another is if went through dubbing or somebody sent it in mail. So let's say I got the copy of the video battle from San Jose, and I made a couple copies for some friends over in the East Coast. I sent it to them, and who knows when I did that for them. But that's how DJ battles and that's how DJs back then kind of started getting to little know what other DJs are doing. Back to the "Don't Stop the Rock" routine. One of the questions I get asked is like, oh, "Why'd you pick that one?" I said, "Well, it's a pretty dope song. It was the electronic electro type era stuff." But the funny story behind that, and I might have said this in one other interview, was the actual real first time I did "Don't Stop the Rock" as a routine wasn't as a DJ. It was as a band player in my high school in 1987. I was a sophomore in high school. I was a clarinet player, and I really liked to do a bunch of the hip hop electro tunes on clarinet. And one time during a football game, me and the drummer got together. We talked to our band teacher. We said, "Hey, can we just do a little like 2-minute thing, like in between plays or whatever, or like in between quarters?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." So I got up there, stood up in front of the drummer, and he just had his bass and his snare. It wasn't like the full drummer setup. It was like a band bass snare, and I busted out with "Don't Stop the Rock" on my clarinet. And I was wearing a Kangol too. That was the funny part. So then fast forward to like 1992 area when I started battling. I was learning to do the different test tones via Qbert. One of the father of test tones I've always said was Robert Watts. Who knows if there was anyone before that, but look up Robert Watts. I believe he was the Switzerland champion for DMC. It was like 1980. I want to say 88, but maybe even before them. He did the first test tone that I can think of. But anyway, I was playing around with the whole test tone things, and I figured out how to do "Don't Stop the Rock." Now, when I first did it, I wasn't using the rectangle tone that you hear in all the videos, the ones you see in the Mixmaster Mike video, and the ones that you see in the Mixterious video, and any of the other demos I might have done live. I first used the original test tone that everyone uses, the Hype Styles, the one that was put out by D Styles at the time. All right, so the very, very first time I did the routine was in a battle called Dynamic Sounds. They had a series of battles. They're from San Jose. It was a DJ store in San Jose called Dynamic Sounds. It was a series of DJ battles. They had like Battle 1, Battle 2, Battle 3, Battle 4. It was all in late 1992, early 1993. And I was in Dynamic Sound Battle number 4. And this was to see, I forgot how many they had. They either had 4 or 5 of them, and they would take like the top two winners of each, and they would have a showdown later on in the year. Big giant showcase battle, and they also had like 5 other DJ groups. I was in one of those DJ groups that did a showcase battle, and then they had the DJs battle. Anyway, back to the Dynamic Sound battle. So the first time I busted out with the "Don't Stop the Rock" routine, was at this battle. And it was still a work in progress. It is nothing near and as good as in sync or whatever you want to call it as the ones you've seen on the video over like the seminar ones or the Mixed Master Mic one. There was mistakes made. I actually played the wrong side of the record. All right. There was a lot of wasted time, you would say. It wasn't very efficient. I don't know how long I was practicing it before I tried it out, but it was actually, just to be honest, like by the time you saw or people saw what happened in New York in 1993 versus Mixed Master Mic, that was at least, that was the third time probably that I actually did it in public. But that was something that was practiced for maybe like, the good better part of a year, because the seminar I believe was in July. And, I was probably practicing that routine from 1992 all the way to up until July back then. So again, that was literally the third time Don't Stop the Rock was actually played in front of a live audience. The first time was in Dynamic Sounds, I'm going to say late 1992 or early 1993. I actually did it again later at the Dynamic Sound Showcase Battle as part of my DJ group Sound in Motion. But yeah, that's the history of Don't Stop the Rock. It's pretty interesting. And I'm glad that, that's kind of a part of a history, or at least my personal history. And people want to ask where it came from, and that's where it is. And you know what? Here, let's show the footage of the very first time I tried it. And, again, errors galore. Ridiculous amount is like, what are you doing? Wasted time, inefficient use of time, wasn't using record markers right, wrong side of the record played. All right, so have a laugh, enjoy. And hopefully I'll get back to you and have another video up soon of something cool with the DJ history from my point of view. All right, later.
That's cool. Everybody